Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Jensen Price asked me to do a reaction video on the Tinder Swindler and to give everybody my take on the new Netflix documentary. So the Tinder Swindler is about a guy named Simon Levive. He reinvents himself because he doesn't like who he is or the life that he was born into. So he renames himself and he uses that last name on purpose because the Levive family are billionaire diamond moguls. So he pretends to be the son of the billionaire diamond mogul, and he goes online on Tinder and he meets women. He gains their trust and confidence, and then he ends up asking them to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars, which he never pays back. The three females are Cecile, Pernilla, and Eileen. And if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. I watched it last week and I got hooked. Now, interestingly enough, when I was watching this documentary, I noticed that there were actually a lot of things that I've said in previous videos. The first one I noticed was that Cecile, as she's swiping through Tinder, she swiped on a guy with a cat because she says, who doesn't like an attractive guy with a cat in his profile?
For me to swipe right on a guy, it needs to be that we have some similar interest in the pictures that I'm looking at. Maybe like a nice dinner somewhere, or that you like the beach, because I love a beach. Oh my God, animals. A handsome man with a cat, like you can't go wrong.
Remember ambulance guy? The reason why I swiped on him is because he had a cat on his shoulders in his main profile pic. I mean, come on, guys, let's face it. All women love animals. So make sure you've got a picture of yourself with either a cat or a dog in your profile. The second thing I noticed was that Simon asked actually almost all these ladies on a coffee date or a day date. He said, hey, let's meet for coffee. I'm staying at this hotel.
I decided to swipe right. And then he just responds fairly quickly. I'm leaving London tomorrow. Do you want to meet up? When we text on WhatsApp, he asked me to meet him at the hotel that he was staying at, the Four Seasons. And he just sent the Google Maps link so I could know where I was gonna go. This was just gonna be like an hour-long coffee, because I could just sense that this guy was a busy guy.
Granted, he's staying at a hotel, but a day date, and especially getting coffee, you're gonna get bonus points if you ask a female out on a day date and a coffee date. Why? Because it's non-threatening. We know that you're not gonna expect sex when we're just having a coffee. Now, there were some red flags that these ladies did not pay attention to. And I've actually experienced it myself, whether you're dating a narcissist, somebody with bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, depression, whatever. People with mental illness tend to take relationships to the next level really quickly. So like in the case of Cecile, she'd only been dating Simon for a month when he was saying, let's move in together. And she was like, yes. I mean, really?
And then he asked me. It's just the best feelings, you know, when you have someone and both are on the same wavelength.
You're not gonna move in with somebody after a month. Well, okay, I've done it myself, and looking back, I know better. Normally, people don't move in after they've been dating for a month. Simon got these ladies hooked, and Cecile said it, by showing his vulnerability. And she said that's what she loved the most.
Here was this guy, which I thought had everything going for him, sitting on the bed with me, being really vulnerable. He is this kind of person that you want to save.
That's one of the ploys he uses. He gets vulnerable, he tells them his fears or aspirations or whatever he has, and he got these ladies hooked. Remember the video that I did on the one trait that women love? Vulnerability. I swear to God, if you guys can take away anything from my channel, and it's that. Women love men who show us their underbellies. You can be messed up, but if you share that messed upness with us, you will have us hooked. I know guys say, oh, don't do that. Women will use it against you. But seriously, if you want a woman to be addicted to you, show your vulnerability. The main takeaway that I got from this documentary is everybody is telling a story. Whether it's Simon with this elaborate story that, he's this son of a billionaire diamond mogul and he's got this lavish lifestyle. He's, flying around on private jets, whatever. He's telling a story that's not real. A lot of people on dating apps are also telling stories that are not real. You think about all the guys who post pictures of them standing in front of cars that don't belong to them, or women who use crazy filters to hide what they really look like, blemishes on their face, the fact that they're older, aging, whatever. That's telling a story. Travel photos. A lot of people post a travel photo and then you realize, well, they haven't traveled in 10 years or 7 years or 5 years. That was an old travel photo. They really don't travel that much. So when you're on a dating app, you have to figure out, is this story real? Is this authentic? And do I want to be part of this story? Guys, ladies too, if you want to be successful on a dating app, you have to tell an authentic story. I wish we all told authentic stories, but we don't. And you also have to tell a story that people want to be a part of. I read somewhere once that says, we are our best salesmen. And that is so true.
The most important thing that you can have is a picture of your face. And then you have a picture with friends, because it's important to show that you're social as well. Feel my profile showing I'm not in the hookup culture, like I'm after long-term love. For me to swipe right on a guy, it needs to be that we have some similar interest in the pictures that I'm looking at. Maybe like a nice dinner somewhere, or that you like the beach, because I love a beach.
And finally, Tinder is what you make of it. Yes, Tinder has a terrible reputation of being, a hookup site, but it really is what you make of it. Both my brothers found their spouses on Tinder, and my ex-husband found his new spouse on Tinder. So you can find your new partner, or you can find your true love on Tinder.
I think everyone would love to just meet someone in a bar or in a grocery store. But nowadays, the best way you can meet someone is on a dating app. You can find a bit of everything on Tinder. There are people looking for long-term relationships, marriage. People who just want a hookup.
Now, would I fall for the Tinder Swindler? No, I wouldn't. Have I fallen for somebody like the Tinder Swindler? Yes, I have. And that's probably why I wouldn't fall for this again. But I had a couple of questions, or I thought, when Simon asked these ladies for crazy amounts of money because he says that his credit cards have been frozen, his bank accounts have been frozen, and that his life's in danger, these ladies fell for it. And I sit there and I wonder, why did they fall for it? Because my first question is, well, wouldn't his family help him? I'm sure a billionaire diamond mogul has a backup plan if his accounts and his credit cards are frozen. Rather than asking every single family member, he asks a girl he's barely started dating. Yeah, that's a big red flag right there. Now, I don't want to be a victim blamer and say, well, these ladies had it coming to them, because a lot of us are trusting and we believe the best in everyone. And it also reminds me about those old ladies who are on like the Dr. Phil show, who end up falling for these catfishes, and they think they're in a relationship with someone when they're really in a relationship with some dude from Nigeria who ends up asking them for money because he says the only way he can get back into the US, or the only way he can get home, is if these ladies send them $50,000. I don't fall for that stuff either. Now, the good thing is that these three ladies have started a GoFundMe campaign, and I think to date they recouped almost $300,000 of the money that they lost. And based on this Netflix documentary and on their personal appearances, they're gonna make a lot more money than what they lost. They took lemons and made lemonade out of it. Now, what pisses me off about this documentary, or this entire situation, is that now Simon's gonna be famous because he's got an agent and he's doing a book deal, and I think they're gonna do a movie about him. And okay, yeah, he's making money the legit way and not scamming ladies out of money, but really, now we're just rewarding a con artist. And that's what pisses me off the most. It's almost like there's like this little trend right now with the Tinder Swindler, inventing Anna, and God knows who else, being a con artist and pretending to be somebody you're not seems to be the trend. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below and I'm happy to answer them. Until next time, happy hunting.